to share this with us. I think about 2 or 3 years into my marriage, I thought, oh, I've married a man of God. I've married, the man of God everybody wanted. Praise the Lord. I thought, oh, I'm free, because I remember when I was in school then, when we were courting my husband, so many people would be like, please shift for us. Let us see him now, because we will not see him the way you're going to see him. We will not be there. But you will be with him all through, so just shift for us or something like that. And at that point, I was like, oh yeah, shift. I shift. I didn't know what time was going to come. That if you don't prosecute matters, whether you marry a man of God or what, hey, God have mercy. Things will happen when you are not sensitive. Things will happen. The enemy will still be. Foundational things will still be chasing after you. 3 years into the marriage, I felt I never even prayed any foundational prayer. I didn't feel I needed it. I married a man of God. So no need. And that was it. And there were some things I was struggling with. I didn't know that I was still caged. It was out of mercy. God showed me in a dream. And I saw myself in a dungeon in that dream. Meanwhile, I was married to a great man of God. But I was still in a dungeon. I didn't know I was there. And it was like God was trying to make an escape way for me. And so I tried to escape. Everywhere was dark. Then there was this huge ditch by the side. I couldn't see the end. It was all dark. So it's either you fall this way or you just manage and move. And the pathway was very narrow. The other side was a mud wall. I tried leaning on it. I saw it was moving with me. And I was like, what? It's not even something you can rest yourself on. So you have just the narrow pathway to move. I know that it was by the Spirit of God I came out of that place. And when I got to something that looks like a courtyard, still in the same environment, was a courtyard. In my spirit, I just knew that there was a serpent that was guarding that place. But I didn't know where it was. And I was seeing the exit door. The exit door was over there. I was afraid to move because I knew that serpent is somewhere, but I couldn't see it. So I started taking steps of faith towards the exit door. When I was somewhere in between, a sound came from the side. So I looked. Oh my God. The serpent looked at me. I now saw where it was. Our eyes were fixed. And it was either you are staying here either you are gummed to the ground here out of fear, or by faith you just get to that exit anyhow. And I didn't know what force pushed me. I just ran out. I ran out of that door. And this serpent started chasing me. It was pure white, the serpent, and it was so big. It chased me. There was a wilderness. It chased me through the wilderness until I ran into a compound. And as I entered into that compound, I saw a man. I didn't care whoever that man was. I just believe it's better than where I left. And I ran straight to the back of the man. The man was quite big. And in my heart, it just felt like a fatherly figure. I believe it was Jesus. As I ran to his back, barely 3 seconds later, the serpent arrived the compound. And it stood in front of us. It raised his head and opened his mouth wide to strike this man. But there was something I noticed. I was so scared. I wasn't even looking, but I don't know. I believe it's the eyes of the Spirit that was making me see what was happening. And the man put his hand into the serpent's mouth. That serpent could not even close his mouth. There was a force. He just put his hand. I don't know what he took from the serpent, but I know it demoralized that serpent. And I woke up from my dream. I was like, wow. So I was all the while in a dungeon. I thought I was free. So there was no need to even pray about some of these things. I thought I was free. Oh, some of us believe in new Christian realities. Oh, we're new in Christ. No need. Oh, yeah. There was a serpent that was still trailing me. And that serpent was like a guardian, what do I call it? Ancestral spirit. That was that. It was guarding every step I took on my pathway. And I didn't know. It was later I started understanding the things that were happening to me while I was in school, the attacks I was going through, the failures that were coming. And I was like, no matter how I tried, nothing was working. I didn't know that there was that monitoring ancestral spirit that was just checking and following all the way until God delivered me. Probably, I would say, maybe as I entered into Apostle Arome Osayi's house, maybe deliverance came. But I was into it for like 3 years. I was in marriage for 3 years. I believe it's by the mercies of God that he just said, it's time for you to. Because I believe something, sometimes who you marry brings you out of some kind of bondage. Sometimes changing name. You understand that I'm so name. My husband is so name. Changing name sometimes even reduces it to a great extent. I've seen that. Praise the Lord. I'm just bringing this up so that we just know that sometimes we feel, oh, we are so free, we are free. There are times you need to pray about these things too. And I believe that when you have some certain dreams, don't just take them for granted and say, oh, Olorun ma je, can't happen to me. It has already happened. It has started happening. When you see those dreams, yes, you're going to cancel it, but also pray about it. Pray about it. Lord, I won't be in anybody. If I'm in anybody, Lord, I believe that I'm in you and I'm set free. You pray it. You don't just sit down and look at the things happen until before you know it, you will start seeing the physical manifestations of those things. At that time, it's almost too late. It's still part of this sensitivity.